I'm saying? We got a lot of jackasses running across our government. So, you know what I'm saying? So we see here where, saying only the Supreme Court leader, creepy ass Joe Biden, can save democracy here and have speech is compulsory. Oh, yeah, like he's read. Like he's read. This is coming by James Bovard, published September 14, 2023 at 7:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. As we see while it takes effect to come in, but we see the creep Joe Biden is planning another victory lap as a as the what as a severe whatever of American democracy. What democracy? American crapacy. I don't believe in a democracy. I don't believe in that shit. Let's just be honest. I don't believe in none of that democracy garbage that he be talking. You know what I'm saying?
Folks, our democracy is under attack. The other guys are trying to walk away from it.
Listen.
These other guys are trying to walk away from it. I'm about to make a major speech. I made one back when I ran the last time in 2020 up at Independence Hall. Democracy is at stake, folks.
No, it's
Our
not.
democracy is under attack.
He's lying.
And we got to fight for it.
He's lying.
I taught at the University of Pennsylvania for 4 years, and I used to teach political theory.
What?
Folks,
This
you always
world?
hear every generation has to fight for democracy.
No, that's a lie.
And I found myself, it's automatic. We didn't have to believe it.
That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't believe that shit, people. You don't have to fight for no democracy. And stop following democracy, period. Because that word means demon mockery. You see? In the etymology of it all, the word democracy is the mockery. They're mocking you, right in your face, using this word as a catalyst along with the cheating, lying, scheming, deep state, mathematical garbage all in one. And they call it demon mockery because under demon mockery, you have killed more people. You have murdered more people off their land. You have genocide, probably races of people. So demon mockery, we know, doesn't go for the American people. What goes for the American people is country. It's country. The land and the country and the land that you live on. Not somebody's philosophy of what you say it is. Because you do not show democracy or whatever crapacy. Yeah, you do. The racist garbage you do to black people, that shows your democracy for real. The shit that you do in Afghanistan, Iraq, Egypt, Sudan, and all over the world, including South America, in your policies and the shit that you have involved yourself secretly under the table that people don't know about, what you think we don't know about, and which we probably don't really want to know about because they probably make us throw up, puke, and earl like a pearl, like a 7-Up, you know what I'm saying? And all that other shit. The shit you have done to women and children will probably make us throw the fuck up, bro. If we see the garbage that the government is facilitating, many of those people you see coming across that border even, you know what I'm saying, have to give up their bodies and give up their little children to pedophilias, and I'm sure a lot of fucking people from this country probably over there in them fucking desert gain affairs because they always been in South America doing that in Africa as well, calling certain country pedophilia paradise. They've been doing it in Vietnam, the Philippines, where they go over to the Philippines and there's a bunch of people, they send their little kid, their little 11-year-old daughter, the kid out there, and grown men out there, you know what I'm saying, just to get money and shit over there fucking the little girls and shit. They've been doing that shit out in probably Vietnam and everywhere else. So don't give me that bullshit. When he talks about democracy, he's not talking about, democracy, he's not talking about the American people. He's talking about the demon Democrats and their party wishes and the evilness of it in itself all over the world. Let's just be honest. Even Putin had to get on his head and say what he said about the bullshit that they're doing. So don't give us that piece of shit. You know what I'm saying? Even Putin had to jump on his head. You know what I'm saying? And tell the truth. You can't tell anybody about your demon mockery bullshit. Talking about some demon mockery and socialism and communism and ism and schism and dism. You do show the garbage that you motherfucker do though. You know what I'm saying? Even when we look at the censorship, you know what I'm saying? Even when we look at the censorship, you know what I'm saying? We see fact check Facebook to charge users $7.99 per month as Channel 13 reported. Yeah, he probably planning to do that, his broke ass, his crooked ass, because even when we look at the censorship of Mark Zuckerberg and what he did, the Biden them can't even talk because they even weaponize the media against the people. So a lot of media sites are guilty of this as well. You were told or put on the order, and you fucking weaponize your fucking media site talking about a reporter and good news, and you weaponize it against the American people. So they're just as guilty. Trump got them. You know what I'm saying? In the victory for Trump and applause, in a victory for Trump, an appellate court in Manhattan grants a temporary stay in the October business fraud trial. Yeah, the stay in the October business, stay out of motherfucking man business, you garbage piece of shit trial. We don't want to hear about that bullshit. We don't give a fuck about Trump's personal business. We talking about him as a president, you dumb motherfucker. I didn't want to hear a goddamn thing about nobody's personal business, you son of a bitch. People Joe Biden, you son of a bitch. I come from the great John Wayne, even though he had some racist vibe with the Duke as well, but we know how to do. Yeah, see, his acting was okay. You know what I mean? For its time. But they all had racist vibes, you know how we go. You know what I'm saying? Talking about stay of execution. That's right, Trump. Raise the fist. Raise the fist, Trump. Look at the Trump coming out of court. Raise the fist, Trump. You know what I'm saying? That's right, Trumpy big. You know what I'm saying? We see where Trump and Trump organization, I guess, were, were due a stay of trial in October, on October, over the New York accusations of widespread business fraud. Who gives a flying fuck? You talking about business fraud? What happened to creep Joe Biden and using fake names and talking to all kinds and got China all up on the ground doing chemical works and all kinds of shit on the airports and all type of shit going on, and they all up in our country doing all kind of fuckery, and you letting everybody in us and you're fucking over the regular American people. You figure, is this, are you the highly intelligent motherfucker, the rich motherfucker? You so rich and everybody else is so unfortunate. Get your bitch ass. You're full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Nobody give a flying fuck about this man personal business. You know what I'm saying? Keep that shit off the motherfucking market, nigga. That has nothing to do with him being the president of the United States. Kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? This could be a 2024 top national security threat according to the DHS. Yeah, lying ass. The DHS lying ass. The DHS in sucking Biden's balls ass. Oh, yo. This is coming by Sarah Beth Hensley, Luke Barr, I think, one day ago, coming off the ABC News, and hope that they keep it straight. You know what I'm saying? But we see illegal drugs are expected to be one of the biggest threats to national security in 2024 as overdose deaths. Yeah, because you are promoting this. You are promoting overdose. You are promoting fentanyl. You are allowing it to come in the same way you let cocaine come in using motherfucking Richard Nixon and the FBI. Ronald Reagan, Oliver North, the FBI. The same thing you did with Blondone and Rick Ross. The same thing you did all over the United States. Crack don't motherfucking walk, bitch. You know what I'm saying? And if you got all them satellites in the motherfucking sky, why you couldn't spot the drug coming in that you knew that you couldn't spot? Their satellites are so powerful you can spot an ants on the ground, huh? But you can't spot the drug supply coming in. You got more money from corrupted business, but you can't even have enough money of your corrupt business to feed the poor, the hungry, the weak, and the farmers, and all the women and the children and all them that need support all across America. But you could give it to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? While you talking about, according to the Department of Homeland Security annual threat, yeah, annual, you're full of shit. You probably the one helping them to bring that fucking fentanyl and all that garbage in here along with the Chinese. You know what I'm saying? Bringing that bullshit in here through the motherfucking border. That's why you open it up, and then you got it selling all in America, and everybody shooting up with fentanyl. Y'all retarded fucking asses. You know what I'm saying? Listening to these rappers about taking 50 million different types of drugs and standing up straight and shit and bouncing up and down with big butt bitches and big tit bitches and pretty bitches and all this different shit you call them and so forth on, and not disrespecting the black woman in its fullness, and now the women them sitting up there. I could understand if you want your body to jiggle and all this sexual stuff. We could understand all of that. But when it comes to our political understanding and the country as a whole, that shit right there goes on the back burner, especially when it comes to the protection of the black woman in itself. You know what I'm saying? And every other woman on this planet, you know what I'm saying, who is not in that corruptive shit with them and who's trying to stand up for the right of women in all ways in its truthness, there be. There cannot be no two ways, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So while we sitting up here talking all this fentanyl and drugs and shit like that, and you got a satellite that can spot an end, but you can't spot the drug supply coming in, you know what I'm saying? And you even facilitated during the Vietnam War, you brought all that heroin and coke into this country. That wasn't Nicky Barnes and them, Paul. Nicky Barnes and them was doing what they were doing. And it came out that way in our community. You see what I'm saying? Because that was facilitated by the systematic, beastly, demon, democratical government to destroy black people. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna make money off of it. It's just the way it is. But rather than shut it down, you know what I'm saying? They let it go on and they watch it literally like a plague spread across the neighborhood. These is all demon, democratic, systematical tricks and fake ass motherfucking Republicans who up in there with it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? We see here where the appellate court hears a case against Hoxel, quarantine rules. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, they need to hear a lot of cases against her bullshitical rules. You know what I'm saying? Because she came in off the Como camp. This is what you don't understand. And what is the first thing she do? Rather than ease it, you know what I'm saying? Rather than tell the police officers and different people who are protesting that they don't have to take it, get them their job back after firing them or they resign or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And all types of shit that went on, and the people said, no, no, no. And you constantly saying, well, if y'all don't stay, this is what she said out of her mouth. If I don't see a bunch of people starting to comply to get the booster shot, I'm about to, I might be forced to even put you back in quarantine. You see? Mm-hmm. All right. You gonna learn something today because she full of shit. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't care how much good deed she call herself doing. I haven't seen her do one good deed yet. You can still talking that bullshit, or you want talking about putting a ban on gas stoves and burning gas stoves and shit like that. Yeah, of course we know gas stoves can be dangerous, but yeah, what happens when, you know what I'm saying, there is nothing else to burn and it's freezing cold and this and that. All you got is electric in your house, and what's that gonna do? When they send their secret weapon from China to shut down all our electrical components, you know what I'm saying? At least you might still have the gas stove, bitch. Please. You know what I'm saying? Talking about quarantine. Let's see. Let's see. Well, we see Rochester, New York. You know what I'm saying? This is coming in. So I like to give glory to the reporters. I hope they're holding it tight. This is coming in by September 14th by Ned. Ned Castillo, or whatever your name is. You know what I'm saying? In the time we did the sheep. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, only hear Spanish names anyway. That's why black people can't do no news reporting no more. You know what I'm saying? You see a few black people up there from here to there, but you don't see enough. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you should be teaching your kids as well. We see the legal battle, you know what I'm saying, in this situation, you know what I'm saying, initiate in April, you know what I'm saying, and filed in the Supreme Court, you know what I'm saying, of what? Cattaraugus County? I don't know what the fuck that has never been there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't know where that. You know what I'm saying? County has Senator George Barredio, you know what I'm saying, an assemblyman, Chris Toga, whatever, assemblyman, now congressman, Michael Lawyer, you know what I'm saying, and the advocate group, uniting New York as a practitioners, as practitioners. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where, you know what I'm saying, as what the hell is this? As practitioners, you know what I'm saying, we see the contested regulations 10 NYCRR 2.13 grants NYSDOH and the local health authority, you know what I'm saying, and the authority to impose isolation and quarantine without requiring proof of illness or exposure to the listed diseases. She was going to do that anyway. I told you she come out the Como camp. So she was down with the trickery from day one. She knew exactly what was going on. She knew exactly there was no virus. She knew exactly there was nothing. It was just the fact of getting you to get stuck. That's it. Once you get stuck, now the diseases all over the world, and the pharmaceutical people can make billions of dollars because all types of different diseases can come up and all types of different medicines they can call themselves making to try to cure it, and they said that and the third. So all that gonna happen as well. You know what I'm saying? But we see critics argue that the rules extended beyond the scope of the public health, including non-communicable diseases. Senator Murillo emphasized the breach of constitutional separation of power, suggesting that the administration, creepy ass, you know what I'm saying, overstepped by imposing such a wide range of mandates. Oh yes, they did, because that was to get you to suffer like a dog and then run go get the stucky. You know what I'm saying? That's what that was all about. You know what I'm saying? Judge Round D, and I'm not saying his last name, poised or whatever, I don't know, supported this view in his July 2022 ruling, highlighting existing legislation, the PHL 2120, as a alternative mechanism for quarantine or isolation order. As we see, you know what I'm saying, Bob and Flo Cox, you know what I'm saying, etc., or whatever, you know what I'm saying, representing the practitioner, retreat, what? Retarded, what? Oh, reiterated, I'm sorry, the concern over the unconstitutional power and its potential abuse, emphasizing the absence of clear procedure for individual subjects to quarantine and isolation. You know what I'm saying? It looks like Eminence or whatever, Aminus or whatever, Amincus or whatever, brief submit by the Assembly members William uh, Barclay, I'm sorry, and W. Goodell, you know what I'm saying, and Goodell, You know what I'm saying? And Joseph M. Gigolo, Giglio, or whatever, along with support from the New Civil Liberties Alliance, and so on and so on. Yeah, they need to take her ass to court and bring her ass out. She full of shit. But, that's the way it goes.